In this video, we're going to go over a summary exercise in computer forensics. So what I want you to do is download JPEG search test. So pause this video, follow the instructions here, and then come back to compare your answers. All right, welcome back. So I've gone ahead and loaded the JPEG search test inside of Autopsy, and then I also opened a notepad here so I can take notes of which images I found. In this JPEG search test, there are 10 images that we're going to try to find. So in order to do this, I'm going to click this plus icon next to the data source, then the JPEG search test, and then the JPEG search test again. Inside of this alloc folder, I find 4 files. The first file is the file1.jpg. If I click on this, you'll notice that it loads picture number 1. So I'll go ahead and record that I found picture number 1. If I click on file2.dat, you'll notice that this is not a JPEG file extension, but the user has renamed the file extension to .dat to try to cover up the file. But Autopsy is wise enough to recognize the file headers and discover this file. So I'm going to add picture 2 to my list. Then if I go to this archive folder, you'll notice this has zip files in it. And I can't open zip files in Autopsy on Frame for some reason. In order to get this to work, I need to right click and then extract this file. When extracting files from Autopsy, you want to be cautious because you're taking it out of its contained environment. So if it's a virus, you have just brought the virus to your computer. But since we're in the Frame environment, it doesn't matter, and we can extract those files. Alternatively, an approach that I'm going to take is that we download Autopsy on our Windows machine. If you have a Mac, then I apologize. This is not going to be an option for you. In order to download Autopsy, Google Autopsy software, and then click the first link and then download the software. Now make sure you add software when you Google Autopsy because you will find things that you don't want to see if you just Google Autopsy. So here I am in my PC Autopsy environment. I can now open up this archive folder, and inside of this file 10 tar.gz, I find the tar, and inside of the tar, I find 2 files. The first one is file 10, indicating that I have found picture number 7. The next random10.dat is not anything of note. The file 8.zip has file 8.jpg, which indicates that I've found picture number 5. It also has a random dat file that is not an image that we're looking for. And you'll notice this file 9.boo is also an archive, and Autopsy is able to recognize that this extension is an archive, and we're able to open it and find file 9, which has image number 6 in it. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my list. Random9.dat has nothing in it. Then let's go ahead and click on this deleted 1 folder, and you'll see that this file 6 has been deleted, marked with an X. If I click on this, even though the file has been deleted, I can recover the contents of the file and see it. And so we've now found image number 3. Let's go to the deleted folder 2. You'll see this .hmm file, and you'll notice when I click on it, I have found picture number 4. So again, this is another file where the file extension is named something other than what it should be. And then if I click on this invalid folder, we see file 3.jpg is not an actual JPEG, but a file that they renamed to be a JPEG, and this has no image inside of it. Same with file 4.jpg, and then same with file 5.rtf. Let's go to this miscellaneous folder, and you'll notice that there's this file 11.dat. We will come back to discuss this one later on. And if I click on file 12.doc and actually extract this file, and then if I go to the JPEG search case directory and inside of the export folder there, I can open up a file 12.doc. Inside this document, you'll see that I found picture number 9. So we'll add that to our list here. And then I'll click on file 13.dll, which apparently has nothing in here. But interestingly enough, if you see this colon, they have created an alternate data stream called here, which actually has the picture embedded within it. And that is interesting that Autopsy is automatically able to find these alternate data streams as well. So we'll go ahead and add image 10 to our list. These other 2 have nothing that we're interested in. Remember that I could have gone to file views and opened up the file types here and then looked by extension, and I could find 9 images right here. Although these are not necessarily correct because some of these images are not truly images. They've been renamed as images, as well as some of these archives have those images that we're looking for. But notice that you can search by extension. You can also search by deleted files, and that's how you can find a couple of those. So the one that we're interested in, we're going to go back to this miscellaneous. I said file 11.dat is something that we're going to address later. So I'm going to go ahead and right click this and extract it. And I will save this where I'll remember it, but by default, it saves it to the export folder inside of your case. And then I'll come over to hexed.it and then I'll click open file to open the file that I just exported. So you can see here that I've added file 11.dat. So we know that we're looking for a JPEG, so we can go back to the wiki page and we can search for the first characters of a JPEG. So we're back here at the wiki page. I'm going to go ahead and search for JPEG. I'm going to copy this first file header, and then I'm going to come back here to hexedit, and then I'm going to do a search. And it said nothing was found. So let's go ahead and copy the next file header, and it finds that one. So these hexadecimal characters should be the first characters of our file. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything above it, and then I'll hit delete. It asks me to delete 1,572 bytes. I click yes. I'll go ahead and save this file as a JPEG, and I'll go ahead and open that file. And you'll notice that we found picture number 8. And this essentially completes the finding of these 10 files. Thanks for watching my video. Feel free to click the links here to watch the next video of the playlist, continue to the next playlist, or subscribe.